Did you see the Bloodline meeting?
I believe so, yes.
Because I skipped over Apollo Crews and Andrade, because what the
I saw some of that. Apollo Crews always looks good, and he never wins, so you're never gonna care.
Yeah, okay. So Solo is now giving instructions to the various Tamas in the back, or to the various Tongas. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. If they're brothers, why is it one guy's last name and the other guy's first name? Is that a Samoan custom? Have they explained this? What the going on there?
Haku was originally King Tonga. Was Tonga his first name or his last name?
Okay, but that's still, it could be one or the other, but then it would have to be Loa Tonga and Tama Tonga, wouldn't it?
You would think.
Anyway, so they're in the back and Solo's telling them what to do. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. And Paul walks in. And now Paul is being the meek and trepidatious and nervous, and he's approaching these people with kid gloves and the utmost calm, and suggesting that he can better serve Solo if he's allowed to give him more counsel. Because these people you're recruiting are violent men. And I see violence, but not strategy. I see violence for violence's sake. The strategy has to be when Roman comes back, we have Cody in check. And Solo said, we have him. And Paul's like, who's we? And then boom, music interrupts in the arena. It's Kevin Owens. And of course, that means they can't speak to each other anymore. But this is great by Paul. And this is obviously not only Paul doing a promo, but he's making them, as much as he can and his credibility can and his ability to sell this thing, he's making them more dangerous in people's mind than they may actually even appear visually. But he's trying to create the element. When he says that we couldn't get these people into countries, they couldn't pass the background check. Roman has already thought about them. But even Roman Reigns wouldn't deal with people like that's creating a picture in people's minds. Paul's brilliant at that. And the only thing I keep thinking about before we go to the deal in the ring is, goddamn, they have to be building to the most dangerous one of all is Jacob Fatu. Because old Tama Loa and Tama Tonga's, goddamn it, whatever the fuck. And see, this may be a problem that the people have also. The casual viewer that they get a lot of. But Jacob Fatu looks more dangerous than all of them. That to me, they look too clean. They look like they go to the gym too often. Their gear looks too good. They don't have fucking tattoos in all the various fucking. Jacob, look, you could fucking buy him in a prison movie if you cast him in that role. So that's the only thing but Paul is brilliant at building it about these guys because that's what they need to do. And I'm not sure that visually their work is fine, but they're neither incredibly large nor incredibly vicious looking in standards of today's modern wrestling. Are your thoughts?
I think Tama Tonga's done a good job so far. Tonga Loa really hasn't been established at all yet, other than just being a guy there. But I actually like the job that I'm more interested in Tama Tonga now than I ever was in him in New Japan. And let's see where they go with that. Also, if Roman's coming back and the chants for We Want Roman are getting louder and louder.
Yes.
That doesn't always keep happening. Eventually, he has to come back. This can't go on forever. The only question is he coming back with help to take down the usurpers? Or is he coming back and they're going to get more help against him? Obviously, there's someone leading it. They teased that already here. And it may be The Rock down the road. Because that was left open from earlier this year.
The Rock Down the Road. That's a fucking country album he can do. The Rock Down the Road.
Why I know exactly what show to watch to find out what Cowboy had to get for that song. But otherwise, Roman's going to come back. Maybe he has Jacob Fatu on his side. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but how many heels can they load up on, especially if there is a leader that they're answering to that isn't Roman and that isn't Solo. Solo's answering to someone else. There's only a limited amount of options of who that could be. And the other thing is I thought in this segment did a good job of the big thing, bigger, I guess you could argue, than the Bloodline is Cody Rhodes is the world champion. It's all about getting him and getting that belt back for the Bloodline. So there was a lot of stuff here. This is a good segment.
Yeah. And then they continued it because as Owens is going to the ring and it's the 9 o'clock hour, imagine that, how these things happen. As soon as he starts really talking and establishes that Randy Orton is home recuperating, then Paul E comes out and interrupts and talks his way to the ring again. And it's just brilliant. I don't even want to try to tell the story that he told, again, being flustered and cautious, but he buttered up Owens and how Roman respected him, at the end and above all, whatever the fuck, down deep. And he begs Owens, please stay away from the Bloodline. Solo doesn't respect you. He's recruiting criminals. These are the people you're antagonizing. They're thugs. They want to take you out. If you keep on, they're going to do something bad to you. I'm thinking, this is fantastic. He is goddamn. Again, did Zero Mostel ever win an Academy Award?
I don't know.
Do we need to find out, because again, Paul E could possibly at least an Emmy. But anyway, he begs Owens to back off, please. And then, of course, Owens shits all over him. Why would I trust you? This is all you, the pulling the strings. In a bibbidi-ba. With his accent. He's got to like the Kevin Owens when he talking like this. But he's not going to fall for it. Right? And he basically worked himself up into a nervous breakdown, telling Paul he didn't need his help. And then Paul works himself up. Maybe I'm trying to save you. But no, let's not listen to the Hall of Fame wise man. Let's not listen to anything he has to say. And as he works himself up, he accidentally hits Owens with a backhand as he's having his tantrum in the air. He looked like Trump jerking off two people at the same time, whatever, right? And immediately he registered, I've hit him, and Owens says, you've hit me. And the crowd sees it because they did it perfectly. Again, Paul, he could have been a silent movie star. And the audio goes blank because the people start chanting, you fucked up, you fucked up. And Fox said, don't go for that. No can do. So it's fucking muted for like 30 seconds. And then finally, Owens goes, he's going to grab Paul, but there's the music plays, and here comes the Bloodline. Well, now, meanwhile, I was thinking, they may still go somewhere with Paul has pretty much called these guys sewer rats, right? With how he was describing them, they might take issue with that, wouldn't you think?
Well, it doesn't seem like they like him at all. It seems like they'd be more than happy to attack Heyman. Solo's been holding him back, and Solo's been talking down to him to keep Heyman in place. He knows he needs Heyman, but he doesn't want Heyman running the show.
Well, anyway, before we find out what might happen, because the Bloodline, it was coming out, but then suddenly from behind, because I guess they were waiting in the fourth row just in case, the Street Profits hit the ring. And then so they all had a sloppy six-way where Owens and Solo fought off. I mean, it's just two guys just fight completely away with each other, just away from everything else that's going on, and you never see them again. Nobody ever comes back out. Brian, think about that. You and two of your friends are in a fight with three guys, right? And even if you and some fucking guy fall down a hill, roll through a parking lot into a goddamn creek and are momentarily submerged, possibly in water, perhaps in even human waste, and you knock him the fuck out, are you gonna just hitchhike home from there? Or are you gonna go back and find out if your two friends kicked the other two guys' ass?
Well, yeah.
Well, they don't. They never do here. So the two tag teams, wink, wink, stayed in the ring, and that was our next match. So I'm like, well, fuck. This was a great fucking segment, and we got another fucking tag team match I don't care about. And the Tongas won. Or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Or Tom DeLoa. And wait till R-Truth gets finished with him.
In the movie Body Slam, Sam Fatu was Tonga Tom.
Boy, that took a lot of fucking creative. Who wrote that script?
I don't know, but you could tell when you see that movie, it's an interesting thing because it comes out, I think it came out in 87, but they made it in 86. And it's clearly influenced on everything that's happened in wrestling without any logic or reason. There's a team based on the Road Warriors. There's the Rocket Wrestling Connection. Captain Lou Albano is Captain Lou Morano.
That may have been an honest mistake. Now, come on.
There's a wrestling talk show hosted by Charles Nelson Riley based on TNT. So it's everything that happened in wrestling in 84 and 85 put together in some script. Why are we talking about that here?
I don't know, but I never thought about this. Imagine every suit that you've ever seen Vince McMahon wear. Imagine it on Charles Nelson Riley. And now vice versa. Imagine everything you've ever... It
works.
It works.
It works.